History is filled with monsters.
But the greatest monster of all never met a single human being.
The title of this video is Escaping the Megalodon's Jaws.
But the first, most shocking fact is this: we were never on the menu. 4.6 million years ago, the Pliocene Epoch.
The creature we call Otodus Megalodon ruled the seas.
But our story, the story of Homo sapiens, had not even begun.
Our distant ancestors were small hominids,
Preoccupied with surviving on land, thousands of miles from the monster's hunting grounds. This was not just a shark. It was a 60-foot-long apex predator. Its name means big tooth. This is an understatement. Its teeth were 7 inches long, serrated like a steak knife. Its jaw wide enough to swallow a small car.
And its bite force, estimated by scientific modeling at over 40,000 pounds per square inch.
Strong enough to crush the skull of a whale. This is not a story from history books. It is a story told by fossils. A story of a very real battle for survival. Fought not by men, but by the true giants of the Pliocene.
To understand the Megalodon, we must understand its world.
4.6 million years ago, the planet was warmer. Sea levels were high, creating vast, shallow continental shelves. The oceans were a global buffet.
And the Megalodon's preferred prey was not fish. It was whales.
These were not the 100-foot giants of today.
They were smaller, slower, and rich in blubber. They were the perfect food source. And the fossil record shows us exactly how Megalodon hunted.
This is a whale vertebra discovered by paleontologists in North Carolina.
The serration marks embedded in the bone match perfectly with the teeth of Otodus Megalodon.
But this fossil tells a more dramatic story. The bone shows signs of healing. This whale was bitten, and it survived. This is the literal, physical evidence of a whale escaping the Megalodon's jaws. This was a story of catastrophic injury and sheer luck. But Megalodon was a strategic hunter. Analysis of bite fossils, like those found on a Pliocene sperm whale, suggests a brutal, two-part tactic.
It didn't go for the kill shot immediately. It acted like a great white, but on a monstrous scale.
First, the assault. A high-speed attack from the deep, aimed at the flippers or the tail.
This fossil, a whale's flipper bone, was sliced clean through.
A 30-ton whale without a tail is a helpless target.
Once the prey was crippled, the Megalodon would return to finish the job.
But 4.6 million years ago, the Megalodon was not the only monster in the water.
Meet Livyatan melvillei. It had competition. Named after the biblical Leviathan and author Herman Melville.
It was 50 feet long, and it hunted other whales.
Just like Megalodon. For a time, these two super predators shared the same oceans.
They were direct rivals, hunting the same prey.
We have no fossil evidence of them fighting each other.
But paleontologists agree it is almost certain they did. It was a clash of the two largest carnivores of the era. The Pliocene Ocean was a war zone. So how did a monster like this even begin its life?
The evidence points to dedicated nurseries.
In coastal areas, like the Gatun Formation in Panama, scientists have found an incredible density of juvenile megalodon teeth.
Tiny by Megalodon standards, only 2 or 3 inches long.
These were shallow, warm water lagoons, protected from the open ocean.
Here, juvenile megalodons, already the size of a great white shark at birth, could hunt smaller prey.
Turtles, dugongs, and small whales.
They were safe from the larger predators of the deep, including adult megalodons.
Cannibalism was likely a constant threat.
The escape for a young megalodon was escaping its own kind.
For nearly 20 million years, Otodus megalodon dominated every ocean on the planet.
Its lineage had survived multiple extinction events. It was, biologically, a perfect killing machine.
And then it vanished.
Around 3.6 million years ago, the Megalodon disappears completely from the fossil record.
The king was dead.
For decades, scientists debated why.
Was it the competition, like Livyatan? Was it a disease?
The answer, the final historical twist, is devastatingly simple.
The world changed.
The planet began to cool.
We call this the onset of the ice ages. As the poles froze, sea levels plummeted.
Those shallow, warm water nurseries, the lagoons where the Megalodon pups were born, simply dried up.
They vanished.
The very foundation of its life cycle was pulled out from under it.
At the same time, its food source and the medium-sized whales did something the Megalodon could not.
They adapted.
The whales migrated. They moved to the newly formed, nutrient-rich, cold polar waters.
Waters that were too cold for the warm water Megalodon to tolerate for long periods.
It was not killed by a greater monster. It was not outcompeted by a deadlier shark.
The largest, most powerful predator the Earth has ever known, starved to death.
4.6 million years ago, the oceans were a realm of giants.
The whales that escaped the Megalodon's jaws would evolve into the giants we know today.
But the Megalodon itself could not escape the one force more powerful than any predator.
It could not escape time.
We bring you 100% factual, high-quality history and paleontology documentaries every week.